They are the quietest souls in the Imperium, and the loudest screams in the warp. They are the Astropaths, the blind messengers of humanity. The lifeline of a million worlds. The haunted choir that whispers across the stars and bleeds for every word spoken. Most citizens of the Imperium will never see one, and if they did, they would wish they hadn't. Because an Astropath is not merely a psychic. He is a soul that has been broken, reforged, and bound to the Emperor himself. A being half alive, half dreaming, and forever standing on the edge of cosmic madness. To understand their torment, we must begin with their birth not of flesh, but of spirit. An Astropath is chosen young. They are psychers, detected by the black ships of the Adeptus, Astrotelepathica, and taken from their families. Most never return. For some, death is a release. For others, they are simply too dangerous to let live. But for the rare few with the right kind of potential, their journey continues. They are brought before the impossible. The Golden Throne, where they stand in the shadow of the Empress, and there, the soul binding begins. It is not a ceremony. It is not a blessing. It is annihilation. Their minds are opened, their spirits torn apart, their memories reshaped. Their humanity is peeled back, like scorched parchment. They see the Emperor, what little of him a mortal mind can survive. Some describe him as pure light, others as a voice that drowns out reality. Some see nothing at all, except the overwhelming feeling of being unmade. Only 1 in 10 survives this ordeal, and those who do are never the same. Their eyes turn milky white, burned out by visions no mortal should ever see. Their voices whisper words they do not speak. Their dreams are no longer their own. They are bound to the Emperor's will, tied to his infinite presence by psychic chains that stretch across the image. They are now Astropaths, the Emperor's instruments, his living antennae, his silent choir, and their suffering has only just begun. You see, Astropaths don't speak with words. They broadcast emotion, fear, urgency, hope, command projected through the roiling storms of the warp. Every message is a battle. Every signal is a sacrifice. To send a message, an Astropath enters a trance, his soul reaching into that swirling, carnivorous ocean of nightmares. Demons sense them instantly. Warp predators flock toward the light of a living mind. Each transmission becomes a desperate struggle to push a thought through the claws, and the whispers that try to drag their consciousness into the abyss. Sometimes the message arrives. Sometimes the Astropath does not. Ships vanish because an Astropath screams, and no one hears. Wars are lost because a psychic throat is torn open in silence. A single, miscast signal can doom an entire world, and yet they continue, because without them, the Imperium of man collapses overnight. Every regiment, every fleet, every shrine world, every forge world, all rely on the Astropaths. Without their voices in the void, humanity would be deaf, blind, and utterly alone. But the Imperium does not treat them as heroes. It treats them as tools. Astropaths live secluded lives in dimly lit chambers, hooded halls, or aboard lonely cruiser decks. Their eyes are covered, their faces pale, their bodies frail. The soul binding consumes them slowly, their life force fading like a candle burning itself out from the inside. They go blind, they lose their voices, they wither. They can age decades in a single year. Some crumble into dust in the middle of a message, their bodies unable to contain the immense psychic strain. Others simply go mad, and that is why every Astropathic choir has guards, not to protect the Astropaths, but to protect the Imperium from what they might become. A broken Astropath attracts warp entities like a beacon. A whisper through their mind can open a doorway. A scream can summon something far worse. So if an Astropath falters, if his chanting stops, if his breathing becomes ragged, if his expression shifts from focus to raw Tarutha, guards act. Quickly, quietly, mercifully. A single lasbolt to the temple. A silent prayer. The body is removed before its death scream can echo through the warp. The Imperium thanks them for their service, and then replaces them with another. But despite everything, despite the agony, the isolation, the constant terror Astropaths, are not without purpose. They see the galaxy like no other being can, not in maps and stars, but in emotions, in dreams, in psychic tides. Some have glimpsed events across the cosmos before they even happened. Some have felt entire worlds die in an instant. Some have heard the Emperor's voice in the darkness not as a command, but as a whisper of warmth. A reminder that they are not alone, and that warmth sustains them. It is the only thing that does. Astropaths form quiet bonds with each other, sharing their dreams and their fears like lost souls gathering around a single candle. Their rooms echo with chants that are not hymns, but confessions, fragments of an identity slipping away, held together only by duty. They do not fight with weapons. They do not command armies. They do not stand tall on battlefields, but they carry humanity on their backs. Every message they send is a victory, every whisper a lifeline, every moment they remain sane is a miracle. And yet, they ask for nothing. Not glory, not statues, not even recognition. For an Astropath knows his fate, to serve until his soul burns out, to be forgotten by the very lives he saved, and to vanish into the warp like a sigh lost in an endless storm. But in their final moments, whether dying in a choir pit or fading in a lonely chamber aboard a starship, Astropaths often smile, because they hear something no one else can. A voice, warm, bright, familiar. A voice that has watched over them since the day their soul was bound. The Emperor protects. And for the first time, they believe it. They believe it.